a voice.
I mean,
that is
incredible.
Patti LuPone reprising her show-stopping number from Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita at the 61st Grammy Awards. Lloyd Webber is known for some of Broadway's biggest hits, along with Evita. He's the composer behind Jesus Christ Superstar, Cats, and The Phantom of the Opera.
Jamie Wax caught up with Lloyd Webber just yesterday ahead of this weekend's Tony Awards. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Vlad. That's right. Tomorrow night, Andrew Lloyd Webber will receive his 7th Tony Award. This time, a special one for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater, along with Chita Rivera. I spoke with him about that and his remarkable career. You celebrated your 70th birthday this year, which is hard to believe.
Yes, it's very hard to believe. I can't believe that I'm 70 because I sort of seem to have got more energy at the moment than I think I can ever remember.
You are bubbling over with energy.
Well,
Where's it
I am.
coming from?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just I'm desperately wanting to find a new show to write. I can't find a subject at the moment. It's very annoying because, you know, the thing about musicals is that a great story can really, really carry an awful lot. A good score can't necessarily sustain a bad story.
Andrew Lloyd Webber has been composing to great stories for over 5 decades.
When you look at the diverse subject matter of the 13 musicals you've composed, what is it about a story that grabs you? Is there a unifying theme?
Well, I don't think there's necessarily a unifying theme. And of course, somebody's going to immediately say, well, he's talking rubbish, because what about Cats? That doesn't have a story. But I always say Cats is the kind of exception that proves the rule, really. In the end, it's got to have something that I think audiences, you know, relate to. And in fact, there are very, very few stories.
We're speaking right after the tremendous success of Jesus Christ Superstar Live. Well exceeded the expectations, I would say. Did you have expectations as high?
Well, I was very excited about it. And I said, look, guys, if we're going to do it, please can I beg one thing? That we try and keep the rock ingredient really at its center. Because I always thought that Jesus Christ Superstar was written for various reasons as an album first, but really because nobody wanted to produce it in the theatre. I kind of feel that to do it closer to a staged concert is the way forward, and that's what they did.
We are on the stage at the Winter Garden Theatre, where one of the most groundbreaking musical theater designs ever happened with Cats. And now the stage is not inhabited by cats, but by incredibly talented young people who play their own instruments every night.
Well, I think the thing about School of Rock, and it attracted me to it, is it's about the empowering force of music for children. I mean, I am passionate about music in education. It's not about turning kids into musicians necessarily, well, it's nice if they are, or they do become, but it changes behavior, it changes attitudes, and I've seen it happen. There is a value to notes and a rhythm and this and the other. It kind of spills off into all of these other areas.
In fact, his breakthrough musical was written for an English boys' school, along with lyricist Tim Rice.
When you're writing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat for a school choir, did the two of you ever dream a future like you've had?
I don't know. I mean, Tim was, I suppose, possibly less kind of obsessed with musical theatre than I was. But I guess the answer is, of course, no. I mean, when I think of the little school concert on a Friday afternoon in the rain with bored parents thinking, we want to get home, let's get out of here before the rush hour, and then thinking to where I am now, I can't believe it.
So every time you come back here, do you feel that energy that you talk about?
Oh, absolutely.
Lloyd Webber is back in New York for tomorrow night's Tony Awards.
Must have got 40 melodies at the moment.
Really?
And probably none of them will get heard.
The composer is a 6-time Tony winner,
We are deeply honored.
including his 1988 win for The Phantom of the Opera. Now in its 31st year, the show's run is the longest in Broadway history.
When you think about the longevity of Phantom of the Opera, does that surprise even you?
Do you know what? I'm not surprised, actually. Any more than I'm surprised when I go and see Lion King, you know, which I saw a couple of months ago. It's one of those rare moments where absolutely everything comes together. It doesn't happen very often in the musical. I mean, Phantom, obviously, Lion King, and it's done it with Hamilton. You know, it's just where every single ingredient, from design, choreography, direction, music, and they all mesh into one extraordinary whole.
Why is it so rare that that magic happens where everything gels?
I wish I could tell you.
You've received so many titles and accolades. This weekend, you receive a very special one from the Broadway community, a Lifetime Achievement Award. Is this one special to you?
Well, I have to say, I think it probably is the special one. Broadway is the home of musical theatre, and to receive that as a Brit is something that I could never have dreamt of.
In his recent memoir, Unmasked, Lloyd Webber touches on his struggles in the past with health issues and even depression. But I'll tell you, having sat down with him a few times over the past few years, he's not kidding about that new energy. He's got something going on.
Well, maybe he has something up his sleeve for us in the next chapter.
I hope so. Who doesn't want the next Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Everybody does. And
proud of.
I haven't met him as much as you, but the one time I did, it was so hard for me to not be like, so that line, you know, my power over you grows stronger yet. Where did you get that from? You know, and he was like, calm down. He's like, how many times have you seen Phantom? I'm like, a lot.
I've made you a very rich man.
Exactly. Many, many times. Jamie, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Len.
You can watch the 72nd Annual Tony Awards, hosted by Josh Groban and Sarah Bareilles, right here on CBS. It all starts tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central.